Good morning. So today we're going to discuss about potentiometric estimation. So in a volumetric estimation, the same titrations can be done in a classical titration, but here it is instrumentation. So instrumentation is type of estimations where some parameters like potential or pH, pKa, conductance will be measured and end point of the reactions will be determined. So the first experiment in the instrumentation is potentiometric estimation. So in a potentiometric estimation, equivalence point or end point of the redox reactions will be determined. So redox reactions, what do we mean by redox reactions? Redox reactions means simultaneous oxidation and reduction takes place. So here, in order to determine the redox reactions, estimation, in order to determine end point or equivalence point to redox reactions, we want two electrodes. What are those electrodes? It might be one reference electrode, other one is indicator electrode. So with respect to the reference electrode, indicator electrode will pick the potential and the signals will be converted to digital numbers and will be displayed in the potentiometer. So in potentiometric estimation, the potential of the reaction will be measured during the due course of the titration. So the potential will gradually increase. So near the equivalence point of the titration, there will be a sudden jump in the potential. So that is near the equivalence point at the end point. Once the end point is over, again there will be gradual increase in the potential. Why the gradual increase we will discuss later. So we are going to plot a graph of change in potential and volume of the titrant added. Then we are going to determine the equivalence point of the titrant or the titration. So this is the basic principle involved. So here we are going to estimate the FAS using potentiometer. So we're going to take the FAS in the beaker, we're going to take burette potassium dichromate and dip to electrodes, the standard calomel electrode and platinum electrode. Calomel electrodes acts as the reference electrode, platinum electrode acts as the indicator electrode. When we add dichromate in the increments of 0.5 ml, so what happens? Let us see. So the basic thing here, the potentiometer is the entire potential depends upon the Nernst equation. So here, when we add 0.5 ml of dichromate from the burette to the beaker, the ferrous, that is Fe2 plus, gets converted to the Fe3 plus. That is oxidation occurs. Fe2 plus gets oxidized to ferric, whereas chromium, which is present in the form of Cr plus 6 in potassium dichromate, will get reduced to Cr plus 3. So as we go on adding potassium dichromate from the burette to the beaker, the ferrous present in the beaker gets oxidized to ferric. So this will be picked up, this change in concentration will be picked up by the platinum electrode, and when we substitute in the Nernst equation, we get E is equal to E naught by whatever it is, we get some potential. So the potential will gradually increase. So near the equivalence point, the concentration of Fe plus 2 tends to 0. So when the concentration of Fe plus 2 tends to 0, what will happen? The potential, there will be a sudden jump in potential. So you know that it's obvious, it's a simple mathematics. When denominator decreases, the overall value will increase. So as denominator decreases, what will happen? The overall fraction will increase. That is similar concept here. So once entire Fe2 plus is oxidized to Fe3 plus, now the potential will depend upon chromium. So what happens? So during the due course, Cr plus 6 is become Cr plus 3. So what's happened? Cr plus 3 concentration is reached to maximum level. So once entire Fe2 plus is converted to Fe3 plus, when we add potassium dichromate from the burette to the beaker, so the concentration of Cr plus 6 will increase. The Cr plus 6 will increase, whereas Cr plus 3 will remain constant. Right. So now the electrode, now the potential depends upon platinum Cr plus 6 by Cr plus 3. Right. So therefore, the potential will slowly increase after the sudden jump in potential. We're going to take 4 more readings. So later, we're going to stop the experiment and plot the graph. So when ferrous is present, there is a change in potential due to Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. Once entire Fe2 plus is converted to Fe3 plus, even then the change in potential is observed due to presence of Cr plus 6. So let us see how to perform the experiment. So the electrodes, as told earlier, we are going to use calcium electrode and platinum electrode. We are going to fill the burette with potassium dichromate and beaker with FAS, and we are going to add 1 test tube dilute sulfuric acid in order to prevent air oxidation of ferrous to ferric. So we are going to add FAS, potassium dichromate, in the increments of 0.5 ml. After every 0.5 ml of addition of potassium dichromate, we are going to measure the potential. Initially, potential increases near the equivalence point. There is a sudden jump in potential. Once the potential jumps, we are going to take 4 more reading and stop the experiment. We are going to calculate first differential of potential with respect to volume and plot a graph of delta E by delta V versus volume of potassium dichromate taken. So we get the nature of graph obtained as this. So from the peak, we are going to draw a perpendicular to the x-axis, that is the volume of dichromate required to neutralize the FAS present in the beaker. The calculation is, so we're going to calculate the normality of FAS by substituting the normality and volume of K2Cr2O7. So normality of K2Cr2O7 is 0.5, volume of K2Cr2O7 we're going to take it from graph, whereas volume of FAS is known and it is constant, it is 25 ml. So we are supposed to determine the amount of FAS present, right? So we're going to multiply the normality of FAS with equivalent rate of FAS. So normality of FAS is already determined above. We're going to multiply it with the 92.14. That gives the amount of FAS present in the given solution. So for demonstration of the experiment and also the calculation tabulation, please click the below link. If you click the below link, you can find the demonstration of the experiment. Thank you. Let's meet with our next experiment. Thank you.